Yo, 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 yo.
It's your boy Uchay. I got my boy
QDeezy.
We are the ill-advised wise guys.
Check out the full podcast, link below.
And actually, that's a good segue into the next topic, which is, you know, how you got started in hip hop, if you will. Like who's the first artist that you feel you resonate, like you sat down as a kid and was like, what just happened? What did I just hear?
You know what? Let me break it down by two things, because this is mainly a hip hop based podcast, right? So I'm gonna start off with the first musician, the first artist, Michael Jackson. I feel like if you were born in the 70s, 80s, early 90s, Michael Jackson was like the idol. He was an idol. He was like a GOAT. Like I actually remember like waiting for his songs to premiere, like, you know, on TV, like black and white. I actually remember the premiere of that. It premiered on like Fox. Could you imagine that?
You're old.
Yeah, no.
Well,
no.
Relatively speaking.
After Living Color, they're about to premiere Michael Jackson, black and white.
And so I actually remember, you know, just watching marathons of Michael Jackson's music videos back then.
Yeah.
You know, listening to Thriller, Beat It, like over and over again. Like, you know, to me, that was the first person I can identify as an artist that I like. You know, my parents, they played, you know, Kofi Olomide, but they also play like pop stuff like
Back
Michael, Stevie Wonder, Bob Marley. And then for hip hop, for me, the first person that really made me like love hip hop was probably Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy in the Family, because the way Puff Daddy packaged hip hop to me, like I was too young to
Understand. By the way, you're not pandering because we're in New York City, are you?
Of course I am.
Okay.
I want to be able to come back to the city. But no, I mean, Puff Daddy to me was the first person that was able to package hip hop music in a way that was like commercialized, in a way that was like not as gutter. One of the first things that I loved was hearing a Puff Daddy ad-lib.
Oh man, take that.
Like, yeah, that's right. Yeah, throughout Hypnotized, all he hears,
yeah. Legendary.
And I was just like, yo, dog, this dude is cool. And then he brought out Mace, the Locks. You know, he was doing remixes with Mariah Carey,
Biggie.
No way.
Obviously, Biggie probably passed before you got into it, right?
So Biggie, I always knew who Biggie was, but like, I'm young.
Yeah.
So like, I didn't understand where he was coming from at the time. Puff Daddy was the first person where I was like, yo, like this dude is cool. Like, and then he was flashy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, he was doing videos, like I said. He was actually like fusing hip hop with pop, R&B.
R&B, yeah, he was.
Like, think about one of the first
You're right.
Puff Daddy songs was No Way Out. Like, you know what I mean? Not No Way Out.
No,
I'm Missing You. Sorry. I want to say No Way Out was his first album.
Yeah, that song was so somber, man.
Man, it was like, dog.
Do you remember the video?
Wow. Yeah.
Right, he was like on a mountain.
Yeah.
Like a mountain.
And he was on a motorcycle.
Yeah, that was different, man.
Daredevil. So Puff Daddy really is the first. Wow. And then Mace shortly after Mace was somebody.
That's interesting, man. You know, I actually didn't know that about you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, I didn't know it was Puff Daddy. I didn't know that. You know my answer, but and by the way, I'm pandering, guys. I'm kidding. No, but mine is it's got to be DMX, man. You know, I have vivid memories of like a child, just not knowing anything about rap, not being introduced to that world. Like I grew up, my mom was playing like in the house. You know, we're Nigerian, so like, you know, in addition to just playing, you know, traditional Nigerian music, I'm hearing like R&B. I'm hearing like the Lionel Richies. Yeah. You know, I'm hearing like the Luther Vandross. I'm hearing Diana Ross. Like I'm hearing Michael Jackson in the house. On Saturdays, my mom playing that, we cleaning. I thought that was fire. Probably why I like R&B to this day. And then I got introduced to hip hop after R&B. And first person for me was DMX. Because, you know, there was something sincere and authentic sounding about his music. And you know, we joke all the time, at least growing up, we would always be like, yo, man, I believe that rapper. I don't believe him. I believe him, or I don't believe him, right? And it's like, we don't know these guys, we don't know these girls, and we don't know their story. We don't know them as a person, but as a listener, there's something about the ability to convey or express sincerity over music. And I feel like if your heart is open, if you're open to music and you listen to it the right way, you can kind of hear it in a way. And some of these people are just great liars too.
You cap it right there, bro.
They know how to fake.
You know how to fib?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, DMX to me, man, the raw emotion, the dynamicness between being a preacher and praying, but also being like, I will kill you.
Yeah.
There was something like very polarizing about that.
Yeah. I mean,
you know what I'm
DMX
saying? Even as a kid. And then also, let me be honest, I was traumatized by his album cover.
Oh, hell yeah.
Flesh of my flesh,
the
blood of my
blood?
blood. When I saw him dripped in blood.
Yo, he looked like Hellraiser. He looked like a black Hellraiser.
He did. He did. And so that, I don't know, man, that album in particular just kind of like stood out to me as like, and I listened to it from front to back and I was mesmerized. I couldn't believe that people were making music like this. And so DMX for me is easily how I got introduced into hip hop. And then from that, you know, you start trickling down to other New York artists and then you start hearing a more global sound. But yeah, that's how it was for me.
It's cool because, you know, it's clearly like for me, my love for hip hop came from New York rappers, right?
Yeah.
And they all were affiliated, right?
Yep.
Like Puff Daddy, Maze, DMX, Jay-Z. Like you were introduced to all those people around the same time. Like, but DMX, there's a lot of trends. DMX, you know, barking on a song, like, arr, arr, hey yo, dog.
Yo, who? That's a trend. Only other person to do that is Pop Smoke. Rest in peace to Pop Smoke.
True.
He tried to. How you bring back barking?
DMX was another.
Yo, he brought back barking.
He brought back like it ever left though. But
it left.
I mean,
who else was barking after DMX?
I mean,
Think about that.
Ain't there a dog rapper somewhere out there?
Okay.
But you know, DMX also was one of the only rappers that had prayers on his albums,
man.
Bro.
Yeah.
Lord, can we get a prayer?
Let us pray.
No, that's Ja. Ja Rule started doing that too. Yeah.
Nah, but DMX. Actually, they were around the same time.
Yeah.
Listen to the full episode, link below.